Hi, it's Hazel and welcome to my channel, Hazel and Aka Design. I am so appreciative that you're here and I hope that you have chosen to subscribe and that you comment every chance you get. Now, this book is, I don't know, foreign language. It has, it's not the greatest, and it's got a very violent image here. I will probably end up covering that. But I'll tell you why I'm showing you this book. Some time ago, I began altering it. So I can't show you the process from step one. But I was looking for a book for a specific purpose, and I'll get into that probably in another video. So I looked at some of the, I think maybe I could read a date, but I guess it's immaterial. But it is rag paper. So, excuse me. Some of the first pages have already been gessoed in preparation for using them. And then I thought, well, I need the rest of the book done. Now, these pages that have a million paper clips on them are ones that I have been working on that I'm just kind of holding them in position until they dry. Now, I guess by rights, it would have been smarter to wait until this was all dry. But my brush is wet. I wanted to finish this and know that it's done so I can move on to the next step. So this is probably not ideal technique, but hey, how often is it, really? Truth be told. So I did leave, I just have this in here because I slopped some matte medium on the wrong page, and I didn't want these pages stick together. So we'll just leave that in there for the time being. So these with the multiple paper clips were just kind of done before I turned on the camera, and I am letting them dry. When you see, okay, 1, 2, 3, I've got 3 here that just have a single clip. And that is sort of the cue, the reminder to me that those are the pages that need to be done. So hopefully you can see that this is the center of a signature. So that is the best way to remove pages in a book that has sewn-in signatures. So let me just clip I should say this is really nice looking. Now, I think all of us probably at one time or another have some sort of a nervous tick. Some people chew their fingernails. Some people, pick at scabs or love digging for slivers and stuff like that. I was kind of going overboard trying to clean up this gutter area. So I was using my pokey tool because I thought the more of this sort of debris that I could get out, the better, the nicer the nicer this would be. So this isn't one of the worst looking ones, but I wanted to leave a bit of this to show you that there is all this, and it is almost like cloth. It's like lint. So I think, this is reasonably good. I know that in some places where I was a little overzealous, I may have poked a hole. So I'll just, to keep my bearing straight, I'll put that back, and I will show you this third one. This one isn't bad either. I guess I did the ugliest ones first. Okay, So you can see, now this book had over, well, 500, I mean, this isn't the last page, over 565 pages. So to bring it down to this few is really quite a feat. I will probably reinforce this at some point, and I will cover this, or at least part of it. Like some of this I left. I just don't care for that bear that looks like it wants to eat his arm and this guy with the dagger. So whatever. I'll figure that out when the time comes. So the essence... should I even go down that path? Let's just say that at some point I'll do another video altering a book from scratch. I don't think we have the time probably to get into that today. I will show you how I glue these last pages together. I should get a bunch of paper clips ready. And, okay, so I showed you Liquitex Matte Medium. Okay, how about Liquitex Matte Medium? So, I used to do fine art, and so clearly it was always cheaper, especially if there was a sale on, to buy larger quantities. I mean, we all know that. So I have, well, less than half a gallon left here, and I will refill this because this thing is almost empty. Let me tell you, I was very relieved that it still it still seems to do its job. Now I'm kind of slathering a fair bit into the gutter there, simply because, you know, if I were to do some wet media in here, that's the place where moisture could begin compromising the book. Now this brush is all gobbed up because I was doing all those pages and then it fell into the pail once. And anyway, life is tough, man. And I just do have this page basically trying to protect the other page, the page below, from getting any medium on it. So basically what you want to do is you want to get these pages to line up as well as you possibly can. And a way to do that is to sort of fold this over to make and it doesn't help, honestly, that I have all those paper clips. I don't have a nice smooth surface. But I'm pulling away from the spine to the edge of the page, trying to, number one, smooth that out. And I was worried when I first did this, you know, it doesn't exactly look like it's grabbing. So I thought, oh, brother, is that half pail ruined? But I left it and I did some other stuff. And then when I checked those pages that I had done, I saw that they were good. So I kept on going. So basically, it's, I guess, trusting the process and having enough patience to let it do what it needs to do. So again, you know, I'm applying a little bit of finger pressure, trying to keep the edges as flush as possible. Now, it may not end up being perfect. Today, even though I thought I had, you know, done the prep, you know, I was pretty confident and felt that, you know, I had done a good job. It wasn't my first attempt. I still ended up removing, well, this is actually a double. And you can see 527 is glued to 532. So quite a few pages were gone in between. And these are 2 singles that I ended up having to remove today, just so that I could make sure that that spine, no, that area where the signatures had been sewn in was going to be hidden and strengthened. So, okay, we'll do this again. Again, that doesn't look too bad. Oh, because it's the wrong page. That doesn't look too bad. I should maybe get a clean catalog page just to keep things good here. Now, normally I would have, searched out some parchment paper or wax paper or something, but this was handy and it seems to be working, so why not? Okay, so I'm dipping. Oh, sorry. I'm dipping. I'm, again, putting quite a bit of medium in the gutter. I should actually look and see what you guys can see. Because this paper is, feels like cloth, it is super absorbent. So that's why the medium is just getting, you can practically hear the pages slurping it up. So, that's why even, by the time I finish spreading it and sort of smoothing it into place, it has all but disappeared. So again, I'm sort of pretending that I'm closing the book or partially closing the book so that I can have the pages act more like they would if the book was closed. And that one I showed you at the back wasn't totally perfect. And I think that's probably, sort of what you can expect with some of these projects. Again, another variable is, well, of course, the type of paper. Like in this case, I said it's very absorbent. As well as, in this case, I did this was a book with sewn-in signatures. Now, to be honest, I can't remember. I don't think I've ever tried to alter one that has glued-in pages. That, I don't think that sort of a book would withstand what we need to do to it. And you don't want to go through all this trouble and find out that it has fallen apart. So okay, I think I have one more page that I left undone. Is this dry? Maybe I'll just leave that bag there a little longer. Okay, here's the last. I'll just double check that. Thought I left 3. Well, I kind of skimped on the clips here. Mind you, that looks like it could use a little dab. And again, it depends what your, what your ultimate goal is with the altered book. I just need to reach for a wipe. If your goal is an art journal, it's, there's probably more tolerance, more leeway for a rougher looking finished product, because you'll be adding elements to it. You'll be adding paint, or you'll be collage. Look at this. This is something that I'll be able to pick on for the rest of the evening. It's almost like a second. Can you see? Well, if you viewed medium, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, we're not going to worry about that part right now. I was just checking to make sure that all these others are done. Okay, good. Now this, I think when it comes to using this page, the way, like this was already done prior, this is probably going to need a bit of help when the time comes, but we're not going to worry about that today. And once I show you this, finish this video, obviously I'll be washing that brush so I don't ruin it. And then I will definitely leave this overnight to dry thoroughly. And I'll probably put some weight on it or an elastic around it or something to put a little additional pressure. I don't want to really compress it that much because I don't have enough pages in here for the size of the spine, and I think that might backfire. I should tell you that somebody who's pretty well devoted her channel to altering books and that sort of thing is Kelly at Book and Paper Arts. And she also has a website, and you can sign up. She has a lot of free images. She lives somewhere in Europe, so obviously to just hop on over to France or Italy. She may live in, I don't know, she might live in the United Kingdom. Anyway, to just zip over to France or Italy is a no biggie. So she also sells a lot of French stuff. She seems to, she's never really gotten into what her religious beliefs are, but she does have a lot of religious iconography and that sort of stuff in her projects. So again, and it doesn't matter, it's none of my business or anybody's business what her beliefs are, but I'm just saying that's a recurring element in a lot of her work. Okay, let me get this thing clipped. Once I do that, and I'm gonna just, because I might not be quite ready to end the video, I'm just gonna slip that brush into that Ziploc bag to keep it from drying out while I finish talking. By the way, you should never soak a brush in water. All that does is weaken the glue in the ferrule of the brush and basically ruin or shorten the life of your brush. So now my next step, once, like tomorrow, I guess, when this has thoroughly dried, is to continue adding gesso. Let me cover. Oh, I said I was going to put the brush away. You can see I did that once before today. And then I will, the way I wash my brushes is I take them to the sink. I have the water running. I then squirt one squirt of dishwashing liquid onto whatever it is that I'm trying to get off my brush, and then I just mush it around in the palm of my hand under running water. So if it's paint or gesso or whatever, the water's running if I have to do a second dab of soap, I do that, and I just keep sort of working it, getting it clean all the way up to where the metal ferrule begins. That's my technique, and so far it's worked. I haven't... The only brushes I've really ever ruined were house painting brushes. Oh, and let me get this cover on. This, oh, you know what? I should also do this while I'm talking, if I can. I wanted to sort of refill this. Now, is this going to just be asking for trouble or what? Okay. See, I do learn occasionally. I will just temporarily close this. And this is one of those good pails that has the, you know, you just keep pressing it down till you kind of hear it snap and it locks in. I'll do that when I go to the sink as well. I'll probably use a funnel too, or some kind of a scoop or something. Okay, so let me maybe give you a bit of a clue as to what's coming here. Just going to try to clean my hands as I talk. Okay, you may be familiar. Okay, let's maybe back up a smidge. If you haven't already subscribed to Carrie the Paper Monkey, then you need to do that. And I mean, do it today before the sun sets. And Carrie was the one that came up with the idea that the whole concept of goal setting, or, you know, the whole practice of using a vision board could become part of our practice as we, you know, make journals and work in our studios and so on. So she came up with the hashtag Junk Journal Vision Board. And basically, month by month, you know, towards the last of the days of 1 month, she would do a video on what her vision board was going to be for the upcoming month. And, of course, invited anyone and everyone to join in. So I did, and I was using calendar pages. Oh, I can reach it quick like. And I've done videos like this. So this was my December one. You know, obviously some of the others are better. I mean, it's a big calendar, so I'll just show you sideways. I had these little these little doors with my little thing underneath. This was my first one I had ever done. And then then there was something at the back of those leaves and behind these doors. So you can see that. Oh, and then this was harvest. Take the crop off. That was my goal. Apparently I was still combining in October. November, I had these little guys. So you can see that it was I was busier, but it doesn't take away from, I believe, the need to do it and the value in doing it. So then I thought, okay, I don't want to use a calendar in 2024. Why don't I dedicate a journal to it? I mean, it's more, it'll be smaller, which is, I guess, easier to manage. It will be intact. It'll be more, I mean, a calendar is flimsy. A calendar is big. It's hard to store. A book is, we know how good books are. This has a lot of pages. I think that, okay, I lost track, really. Probably wouldn't use that page, but, so 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, say 17 or so pages, which is clearly more than I need for 1 year. But wouldn't it be nice to have this all intact? So if this is my January, I'll do my thing on here. I will decide how I want to do it. Maybe I won't be quite as private as I was with that one that I just showed you, because I do believe that the universe conspires to help us when the universe knows what it's supposed to help us with. So if I say I want to get to 1,000 subscribers, it's better that I not just keep that to myself, because I don't have the power to do that myself. But if I let you, maybe existing subscribers or people who are still thinking about subscribing, know, and fellow YouTubers who want to help me succeed, that sets something in motion to help make the goal happen, make that vision manifest. So that is going to be my plan. Now, I wanted to get this done kind of the end of December so that this book is ready to go, beginning of January. I haven't yet thought through how I'm going to do it. I think I could use some, different media. I could paint. I could use modeling paste. I could use ink. I could do maybe a little fancier stuff than I have been doing. Or I just accept the reality that, hey, there isn't enough time to do this to the nth degree. So why not just get her done? So, chances are the results will change from month to month. I do know that I have to, once this is all dry, I still have to gesso all this. And I do, there's kind of a limit to how much gessoing you can do all in one fell swoop, because it does need time to dry and it takes longer than you might think. It kind of feels dry, but it's not really dry. So that is my plan. And at some point, like I said, I will do, look how nice this, couldn't this have been the front cover? I like the folk artsy look of it. Maybe I just need something to cover these guys up. But that is not the most important point at this moment. So that is my plan. If you intend to jump on the junk journal, vision board, what is it? I think I have it written down here somewhere. Tried to have some of these hashtags. Nope, not here. Anyway, I'll have it in the description. I think I might have the order wrong. Anyway, if you think if you want to maybe give that a try in 2024, either to share with the world or not, I think that would be a heck of a good idea. There was a time that I invested a great deal of time and money in my own personal development, my own self-improvement. And I remember, now maybe the stat has changed slightly, but I seriously doubt it. I'd hear some of the world's best speakers buy some of their products and would hear over and over again that the huge majority of people never set any goals. Like something like crazy, like 97% of people do not set any goals for themselves. and then are kind of surprised when things don't happen. So I like to think that, hey, maybe I'm in the 3%. And just the mere fact of making a goals list, and it could be on a scrap of paper, it could be in a fancy la-di-da journal like this, automatically increases your odds of having those things come true. And and believe me, it doesn't happen overnight. I remember, and it's always good to date that thing, because it's very instructive when you go back and you see, 15 years ago, I said that I wanted a gazebo. And son of a gun, I've got a gazebo. I remember it was probably 20 or 25 years ago that I said I wanted an art studio. And it was probably 20 years ago that I got an art studio. So these things do happen. Anyway, enough of that. Enough testimonials. So I'm going to wash my brush. I'm going to let this dry. I'm going to gesso it. I'm going to fill this bottle. And I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for joining me. And I really do hope, again, visit Carrie's channel. I'll put that in the description box. And I really hope that you choose to do something similar, whatever makes sense in your life. Anyway, see you in the next one. Bye.